You want to hear why I quit?
Sure.
So the macro kind of explanation of why I quit is basically I got burnt out. Um, but what actually happened is two events. You know how sometimes the perfect storm happens. So I was working at this job. I was absolutely burned out. I wasn't home with my family, always feeling guilty. I saw my kids right before they go to bed. Sometimes I go back home and they're already in bed, come back home and they're already in bed, they're asleep. So, and that was just kind of reality for me. Weekend comes, they're all fucking hyped about doing shit, and I'm fucking tired. I just want to rest. And then I feel guilty for that, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, Big Four life burns you out. Julius Caesar, 100%. He knows. Clearly, he knows. It's not just him. Yes, especially as a senior manager, the more you move up, the more shit you have to deal with, the more pressure. So, the way it works, as a senior manager, you start to manage a budget. So it's no longer just do your hours, bill your hours, etc., etc. Also in the Big Four, they don't really bill hourly. Really, most projects are kind of this global charge. You know what I mean? Lawyers, they usually bill you by the hour. In the Big Four, most projects are like a fixed fee. You estimate, and then if you go long, it's your problem. Anyways, so you manage a budget, you have employees that you utilize, and then at the end of the year, they judge you. Well, you created this and this and this income, you used this and this employees, and this is the gross profit that you generated, right? And then if you don't hit the target, you don't get a bonus. And if you really don't hit your target, you get fired. And it's a hamster wheel. Every time you do good, the next year there's a 20% up, 20% up, 20, and it never ends. It's a hamster wheel. So that's why they all fucking die, bro, at 65 years old. These partners. It's a rough life. Yeah. Anyways, but I was in
sounds
it.
like it was draining. Sounds like it was draining for you.
It's beyond draining. It's just I did it for a long time. Imagine I started as a peon and I moved up all the way. I learned from some of the smartest guys, bro. I had clients you would not believe. I worked with Amazon, Facebook. I worked with General Dynamics. I you name it, bro. I've done deals like Nestle, like crazy shit. Why did I choose being a financial instead lawyer? Because I fucking hate being a lawyer, bro. It's boring. Hey, man, you do the fucking New York State bar for 2 days, and you see if you want to be a lawyer after that, bro. Anyways,
I think you're answering Lincoln's question, right?
Yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, definitely. So, and then something happened. So, me and this other guy, we were both starting up at the same time, and we both moved up. So he was also a senior manager with his own team. I was in my own team, and we're still good friends to this day. In fact, we were playing 2K earlier. And I've been playing 2K since 2006, bro. Imagine that. Anyways, so he comes into my office and he's like, "Oh shoot, you won't believe what happened. We're working on this huge deal, and I fucked up big time. We have a tax structure that basically doesn't really work. I'm not gonna go deep into this, but basically a bilateral tax treaty has a reduced dividend withholding rate, so the money flows cheap from the subsidiary to the parent company. But there's a condition that the company has been held for at least a year above 10%, and they held the company for 10 months. So basically, that shit doesn't apply. And but that whole difference is basically the entire deal. That's the spread of the entire deal. So basically, multi-million, like, bro, I don't even know, multi tens of millions of dollars of deal is falling apart because of his mistake. Now, it wasn't his mistake per se, somebody on his team, but he didn't catch it. So basically, it's his mistake. It's his ass on the line, not the fucking peons. And then he's like, he was basically walking around. I was afraid that he might do something to himself, bro.
Okay.
Like, he was really, I've never seen him like that. Now, eventually, God sent him a gift. What happened is that the deal fell through, which never, ever happens. Once you go into due diligence, you know how deals work. You basically agree to a deal, everything is set, you agree on the price, you agree on everything, and then you do due diligence. And the purpose of the due diligence is just to try to improve the price. Like, your client doesn't want to get out of the deal most of the time. They just want you to find some shit, some dirt, so they can ask for reduction in price most of the time. Unless you find some crazy shit that's like That almost never happens. 99% of the time, that never happens. So the deal fell through from a whole different reason. For whatever reason, they fell apart. Like they had a beef, whatever. The deal fell apart. So his mistake was never fucking. He didn't even have to tell about it. So he was relieved and everything. And then I was like, this can happen to me, bro. Because I mean, he's a smart ass dude, and he's fucking diligent. He's like, this can happen to me. And if it happens, my career is going to be over anyway. Nobody's will ever hire me. Like, he's going to be blacklisted for life. And also mental health. I was like, fuck this shit, bro. It ain't worth it.